Studio 300, you're watching Poly Playbook.
Hello and welcome to a fresh new edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everywhere in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Tom Nork.
And I'm Healy. Let's get right into it. With their first time scoring 3 goals against the Gauchos since a 3-0 triumph back in 2000, Cal Poly once again had a sellout blue-green rivalry game at Spanos Stadium. Reporter Alexa Brewington was there to witness the rivalry.
11,075 spectators, an attendance that marks the 12th largest regular season crowd in the NCAA season history.
I'm here at Spanos Stadium where the UCSB Gauchos are taking on Cal Poly Mustangs on their home field. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. and the stadium is almost full as tickets are already sold out.
Just minutes after the Gauchos scored their first goal of the night, the Mustangs responded as junior defender Ruben Duran tapped the ball along the ground past UC Santa Barbara's goalkeeper for the equalizer. The next to fire was Cal Poly senior Kip Colby, who scored off a defender's foot and into the upper right-hand corner of the net. As the tortillas flew and the clock grew closer to the 45-minute mark, the Gauchos found an equalizer of their own. Regular time ended the game in a tie, with both teams sitting at 2 goals apiece.
You need to give everything you have, all right, boys?
The first overtime concluded with no scores and remained a 2-2 tie. More than 103 minutes into the game and without a goal in his first 58 collegiate games, senior defender Cody Wakasa headed a Jack O'Connor kick into the back of the UC Santa Barbara net, winning Saturday's match for Cal Poly.
The amount of fans that came up to me and everyone in the alumni, it just felt like I'd saved the world almost. So.
In all the games that I've seen, it had to be in the top 2 or 3 college soccer games, if not the best college soccer game I've ever seen.
Alexa Brewington, Mustang News.
The blue-green rivalry doesn't end there. The Mustangs take on the Gauchos again this Saturday at Harder Stadium with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Both teams will look to repeat the quality and intensity of this game.
The Cal Poly men's soccer team beat rivals UCSB on Saturday and also came up with a win on Wednesday night against Sac State. The Mustangs are now ranked number 23, and it's the first time that they've been ranked in 2 years following their back-to-back victories. Cal Poly is now 9-3-3 overall and 4-1-2 in Big West Conference play. They also solely have second place and are 1 point behind first place UCSB going into the second match of the blue-green rivalry series.
Cal Poly senior middle fielder and co-captain Chase Minter has been balling hard this season. This week, reporter Clara Knapp got the chance to hear his story and talk with him about his mindset and his approaches the end of the season as a collegiate player.
Chase is a team leader, but he's probably one of the most creative, dynamic, offensive-minded players in the country.
Surprisingly, it was the coach who is coaching now saw me play at a tournament in Dallas and ultimately convinced me to come out here and play. Coming out here from Texas was a long way from home, so it was really growing up and figuring out what I wanted to do, so it's been a lot of personal growth.
He's in the top 25 players that have been looked at for the Herman Mack Award, which is the top award for soccer in the United States. He's being looked at by a number of different MLS club teams.
Going in my 5th year, having played, for a lot of different games and a lot of big games and a lot of good teams, the biggest role I can play for this team is to try and use the experience I have and put it throughout to the team and just keep everybody calm and doing their jobs pretty much.
The creativity in his mind is truly exceptional. I mean, he does things with the ball that a lot of people dream of doing. He's literally a player that can make a difference in a game and has on so many different occasions for us. Northridge was a hard-fought game. We won 1-0, and literally the difference was Chase's individual effort on a bicycle kick.
My uncle had came for the game before, and my uncle's not much of a soccer guy, so he was asking, do you guys practice things like bicycle kicks and stuff like that? I was like, no, that thing doesn't really come up much in the game, so it's not really anything we practice. And sure enough, the next game I scored one.
It's considered one of the most difficult moves in all of sport, let alone just soccer, and he performed it perfectly, and that was the difference in the game.
it's just constantly kind of leading the team and by example, showing, kind of what to do on and off the field. It's memories I'll never forget, and I've met some of the greatest guys I know out here, so it's been a really rewarding experience for me, and I'm grateful for everything Cal Poly's done for me.
Chase Minter and the Mustangs had a great winning streak after defeating Sacramento State 2-0 on Wednesday, October 21st. The next game is on Saturday, October 24th, against UC Santa Barbara at 7 p.m. in Harder Stadium.
The Cal Poly women's soccer team is coming back home after playing 5 of their last 6 games on the road. The Mustangs are home to play 2 games this week against UC Irvine and UC Riverside after a long road trip. They are now 5-6-5 overall and 1-4 in conference play. The game on Friday, October 23rd is Break the Attendance Night, where they will try to break the NCAA attendance record for a regular season game. That means they will try to have more than 10,128 people in attendance. Game time is at 7 p.m. against UC Irvine and Spano Stadium.
The Cal Poly's women's volleyball team has won 6 straight matches and is looking to continue that streak as they head out on the road. The Mustangs beat UC Riverside in a 3-set sweep on Saturday, October 17th, leading them to their 6th straight victory. Freshman Adelie Van Winden had 18 kills on the night, and sophomore Taylor Nelson delivered a match best 39 assists. This is the first time the Mustangs have won 6 straight since 2007. Cal Poly is now 14-4 overall and 6-1 in conference play going into a 3-game road trip.
They're very confident knowing that they, 1, have beaten these teams before, and 2, that they've shown in conference so far, and even in the preseason for the most part, that playing on the road is not a gigantic distraction for them.
Mustangs' next game is on Friday, October 23rd against Cal State Northridge at 7 p.m.
Cal Poly cross country ran well this past week, placing in the top 70 of both races at the Pre-Nationals Invitational in Kentucky and sweeping the CSU Bakersfield at their home invitational 15-47. In Kentucky, where the NCAA championships will take place November 21st, the Mustangs women took 15th out of 45 teams in the 6K. Back home at Fairbanks Memorial Course, Cal Poly runners took the top 5 in both the 6K and 8K. Senior Sarah Van Dyke won the 5K for the 3rd straight year, finishing at 17 minutes, 54 seconds. The Mustangs are coming up on a 2-week training period for the Big West Championships. This year's conference meet will be held at 8:30 a.m. bright and early on Saturday, October 31st at UC Riverside.
The Cal Poly football team is coming off at a much-needed bye week as they look to play Portland State at home. The Mustangs are facing their 7th consecutive ranked opponent this week as they look to continue Big Sky Conference play. Number 13, Portland State is 5-1 overall and 2-1 in Big Sky Conference play. The Mustangs are 2-4 overall and 1-2 in the Big Sky Conference. Head coach Tim Walsh says that Saturday's match will be a competitive one, but the Mustangs are up for the challenge.
They are athletic, and now they're playing within themselves. I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. So we knew this would be a scary game, but we didn't know it would be exactly where it is and exactly where they are in the midst of a great season.
The Mustangs will face off against Portland State for the homecoming game on Saturday, October 24th. Kickoff is at 6:05 p.m. in the Spano Stadium.
Cal Poly men's basketball has been gearing up for the upcoming season, and they will showcase their new and returning talent with a free admission green versus gold exhibition game on Saturday, October 24th, 3:45 in Mott Athletic Center. The Mustangs' 15-player active roster will be split into 2 teams for the scrimmage that will end with a dunk contest between 6-player entrants at 4:30. This exhibition game is the first of Cal Poly's 2 public scrimmages prior to the 2015-16 season opener at UNLV on Friday, November 13th. The second exhibition game will be at home against Cal State San Bernardino at 7 p.m. on Thursday, November 5th.
That's all we have for sports action this week. You can log on to mustangnews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage.
I'm Tom Nork.
And I'm Megan Healy. Have a great weekend.